Hey everyone, I'll be covering all of the Nintendo Switch's games announced for the second week of September, so let's get started. The atmospheric RPG, Chronos Before the Ashes, follows the steps of one young hero's lifelong quest to save his homeland from evil. Explore a massive ancient labyrinth holding secrets necessary to restore life and peace. Each journey into the labyrinth makes the enemies adapt to you, changing their tactics, strength, and abilities. This game originally released on VR and is being fully reworked for traditional console controls. Bringing a grand mythological adventure to life, Immortal Fenyx Rising has you taking on mythological beasts while you master the legendary power of the gods to defeat Typhon, the deadliest titan in Greek mythology. Roam across the beautiful stylized world by using the gifts bestowed upon you to go anywhere you want and tackle the story in any order you wish. Travel into Hyrule's past to fight and prevent the kingdom's destruction in Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Unfolding a century before the events that take place of Breath of the Wild, the fate of Hyrule hangs in the balance as you lead your forces into battle against Calamity Ganon's and his oppressive forces in a struggle for survival, offering a vast roster of prominent characters, fast-paced combat, and an in-depth story. Blind Fate Iro no Yami is a slash-and-blast action side-scroller where you play as a blind samurai named Yami in a world full of robotic Japanese-based folklores. Demon hunt to protect your citizens from the bloodthirsty robotic creatures and clear up the fog of darkness encroaching on the city. Protect yourself and save your friends when it releases next year. The dark fantasy action-adventure game Graven is the spiritual successor to Hexen 2. Delve into the gruesome medieval world of deities and monstrosities as a disgraced priest of the orthodoxy. Carefully study the world around you and act accordingly with whatever set of weapons you wish to master, for every encounter could be your last. Journey across 3 expansive open-ended regions and scourge the lands of evil. Wartile Complete Edition is a cooldown-based strategic game where you control a warband of Viking figures in a miniature universe inspired by Norse mythology. Experience a living, breathing tabletop game with fast action, plenty of dice rolls, and turn-based combat that lets you soak into the world and combat as you make tactical and critical decisions of life and death. Rediscover the beloved 2D arcade-style brawlers Scott Pilgrim vs. the World Complete Edition, as you play as your favorite characters exactly as you remember them, and team up with 3 friends to fight your way through the waves of tough enemies to defeat the evil League of Exes. All of the previously available expansions will be included free of charge. Lead a squadron of mercenaries into the accursed city of Grand to aid the struggling resistance against the deadly cult of fanatics in Black Legend. Explore deep into the city to eradicate the madness, inflicting a fog that shrouds the streets in this turn-based strategic RPG. Fight using alchemy across 15 unique unlockable classes, prime for customization as you find what builds are best suited for each situation. Rebuild the park of a lifetime and rediscover the thrill of a genre-defining classic in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 Complete Edition, including the 2 massive expansions. The Switch release sees reimagined graphics, revamped campaign, career, and sand modes, specifically tailored to the system where you use both touchscreen controls and HD Rumble. You've got the tools and the freedom to build whatever your dreams desire, just make sure it's profitable. Become a train operator and go around every popular Yamamote line in Desha to Go Hashiro Yamamote Sen. Tackle a chapter-by-chapter mode teaching you the ropes and introducing you to the hectic, busy lives of being a conductor as you operate lines efficiently. New content is expected to be included post-launch, adding several new lines free of charge. Originally released as a mobile game, 7 Nights Time Wanderer is making its way to the hybrid system. Taking an adventure through time and space, Vanessa is a member of the Council of 8. Explore various dimensions and recruit allies to help her save reality, including over 15 playable characters with a dynamic turn-based system set to keep battles moving fast. Vigil The Longest Night is a 2D action platformer with precise technical combat and a strong narrative story, aiming to challenge players with high difficulty in a rich eldritch horror tale where Lila has to rid of the evils from her homeland while maintaining her sanity and not succumbing to the madness. Experience with weapon builds, help the residents, and most of all, bring the pain to brutal enemies who won't be holding back. The original Rise of Triad released all the way back in 1995 and was often referenced as a Doom clone. 3D Realms has confirmed that they're going to remaster the game, adding even more guns than ever before, a widescreen aspect ratio, revamped multiplayer options, and obviously graphical enhancements for all versions of the game. The successful Kickstarter project for Dwarf is calling itself a Zelda-inspired action tower defense RPG, where you play as a dwarven tinkerer that uses turrets and traps to fight, upgrade your arsenal based on the current enemies approaching, discover new artifacts to help you in your run, and enjoy a lighthearted campaign delving into the history of dwarves and the trolls that make their life harder than it needs to be. After evacuating Earth, humans settle in New Terra, 1,000 years later after escaping natural disasters and attacks from giant creatures. You just woke up from stasis in a city far into the future and are thrusted into the civil unrest and chaos that now humans face on a daily basis, offering multiple side plots and branching paths with multiple endings. Woodsalt is ready to release October 13th. The latest entry in their original Shrine Maiden shoot-'em-up, Pocky and Rocky Mystery of Kuro, is a sequel to the Super Nintendo classic Pocky and Rocky 3, maintaining the original 16-bit look but with more modern sensibilities, from the sounds of the story to the controls completely being tailored to new gamers. More information is expected during Tokyo Game Show. The Mercenaries series is getting a 4th official entry in Mercenaries Blaze: Dawn of the Twin Dragons. Invoking a look and feel of Final Fantasy Tactics, fight for the kingdom and your friends as the ever-encroaching darkness plunders the kingdom into chaos. Lead a small band of adventurers and mold them into a powerful army that's ready to obtain and battle for their freedom. Freshmith's freshman year has not been easy at all, so she's taken into creating art and exploring a beautiful yet mysterious and sprawling campus for inspiration. Everything is a canvas. Take on requests and paint your heart's desire to complete the task however you want, in over 200 completely different challenges presented to you as you relax, create, and explore your inner artist. Guild of DarkSteel is a cinematic side-scrolling adventure set in a lush, layered dark fantasy world. Sellsworth is an immortal seeking the purpose of eternal life by joining a guild. Become a mercenary and investigate the mysterious tunnels underneath the city of Raven Rock for the eluding and perplexing answers. The world's most popular healthcare and fitness app, Think, is set to release a game alongside it called Think Home Fit, mixing a wide variety of workouts and martial arts like boxing, karate, Muay Thai, and Kung Fu. Work on cardio exercises with fat-burning training to balance the overall physical and strength of your body. A Japanese release is expected on October 29th. D.O.T.T.D publisher is working on a brand new IP that's set to release in Japan this winter. MAGLAM Lord is an action RPG where Demon King are the endangered species and you just happen to be one of them. Aim to recover your king's rightful place in the world and fight alongside companions to avoid extinction. More information is expected to be released during Tokyo Game Show. Ragnarok Skies is a vertical scrolling arcade shmup featuring 4 playable characters with their own unique ships, weapons, and bombs. A 2-player local co-op mode is also included, as well as online leaderboards for those seeking who see how they stack up online. Diggerati is also confirmed that a TGS mode will be available on day 1. Offering both a single-player adventure and multiplayer couch battles for up to 4 players, Gorge has one set of goals: defeat the competition at all costs. The trick is that you only have 1 bullet, so tactics are essential. In the adventure mode, explore a dark temple battling through over 80 unique maps, and in multiplayer, enjoy several classic modes like Deathmatch and Domination. Hailed as one of the first FPS RPGs that sprawled countless imitations, Strife is getting a re-release with an all-new Capture the Challenge multiplayer mode, changes to most of the maps, new HUD specifications, and even gun tweaks to balance the gameplay. Inspire your allies to crush the competition when it releases next year. When the Past Rolls Around is a point-and-click adventure puzzler about love, moving on, letting go, and the joy and pain of everything in between. Etta is a 20-something-year-old that's lost in life, until she meets a cryptic owl man that will teach her about love, passion, and heartbreak, telling a bittersweet tale between a girl's ordinary life turned upside down and the surreal world consisting of disjointed rooms from memories and time, each cluing in the player a bit more on what the right next step is. Jump, fire, and dash in all one smooth motion mid-air and Firework, an action platformer where you follow Yan the detective through one of his first fights against the fire troops that led him to unveil a mystery like none other. And that's what the game announcers will be covering this week. The reveals aren't slowing down anytime soon, and there's been a really hectic past few weeks that are sure not to slow down as we get closer to Tokyo Game Show, which I expect to be massive for the Switch. So with all that said, as per always, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate the support, and be sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. See ya!